Manchester City win the Carabao Cup Final versus Arsenal. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it because going into this game, I genuinely had no idea who was gonna win, how the game was gonna go. Every time when I see a final, I try to imagine how the final is gonna go, but I just genuinely couldn't imagine or think about how this final was gonna go. Was Arsenal gonna go for it, or were they gonna sit back? Was City gonna go for it? Were they gonna sit back like they did a little bit earlier in the season? I didn't know how it was gonna go. And while I was watching the game, Arsenal didn't look too good to me. They were just sitting back. They were in the counterattacks. They're slow on the counterattacks. I was thinking, oh, this doesn't look like Arsenal. But then I started thinking, but this does look like Arsenal because Arsenal throughout the entire like the second half of the season, they've sat back a lot. They've run games down, 1-0s, 2-0s, couple headers, free kicks, corner kicks. That's just what Arsenal have been these last couple of weeks. Even against Leverkusen, they had a very good performance. It's a very good performance. Declan Rice, very good performance. But then you think it's Leverkusen. This is a final, right? You can't tie a final. You can't run down a final. You have to go out and win the final. That's exactly what City came out and did. But Rodri today was outstanding. I think players like Doku, every time Doku gets the ball, he goes forward. And if he doesn't go forward, he doesn't lose the ball. He cuts back, passes, and moves right again. Bernardo Silva and Roger today were outstanding. And when we faced them, right, when Real Madrid faced City, I saw that as a weakness. I saw Rodri and Bernardo Silva as a weakness because our players are very physical. They're very good on the ball. They're very good movements, defending, back and forth. They're very good. Chouameni, Valverde, Arda Güler. They're very good in this. And when they go against Arsenal, right? I think maybe Declan Rice and Mendy in the physical aspect battles, they're gonna win, right? But once again, Declan Rice on the ball, he has a couple question marks. Mendy, physically, he has a couple question marks. And this is a final, guys. This is a final. This is what people don't understand. This is a final. A final isn't between 38 games. It doesn't matter what you did before the final. A final, you have to go out there and win it. You can't go out there and play the game to a corner kick. You can't go out there and wait till the away from then get a point out of it. You can't get a point out of a final. You have to go to a final and win it. And Arsenal players just didn't show up. Saka did absolutely nothing. You look at Kai Havertz and Jokeris, they did nothing. They were slow. Trossard did nothing. Trossard a level of the final of knockout stages, a final? I don't think so. Declan Rice did not show up against Rodri and Bernardo Silva. Mendy did not show up. None of these players showed up. The only player that I think had a very good performance, a very solid performance, was William Saliba. William Saliba in that first half, he was winning everything. He had Highland on lock, and even in the second half, he was winning everything. Saliba. But I think the only player that comes out of this with their head up from Arsenal is William Saliba. He was amazing. Saka, Declan Rice, that whole midfield to forward, going forward, did nothing. Hincapié was struggling a little bit with Semenyo, who it's Semenyo's first final as well. We can't look at the City team and say that these are all experienced players. This is Semenyo's first final. This is Kuzano's first final. This is O'Reilly's first final. Turkey's first final. Like City, this is a very young City team, so you expect these experienced Arsenal players who they again before the game, I said on TikTok, go follow the TikTok. I don't know if City is gonna go for it. I don't know if they're gonna use their experience in the finals. Is Arsenal gonna win it because they haven't played a final or won a final in years? So it's just one of the things that I brought up, and little by little, it just started meshing. And again, this is a final. You have to go out and win it. And Haaland, first half was a ghost, but that second half, he was coming down a little bit, winning some duels. Ryan Cherky today, I think he was amazing. I think even the little dribbles he was doing, winning the ball, he didn't lose the ball, passes forward. Man, I mean, Nico O'Reilly today. O'Reilly was outstanding. He gets the goals, but aside from the two goals that were very good goals, his defensive work, him on the ball when he would tuck in a little bit, when he'd go out wide, O'Reilly today was amazing. Again, it comes from a Kepa mistake, but before the game started, and I saw a lot of people talk about this too, right? It's a final. Arsenal haven't won a title in years. They haven't been to a final in years. They haven't won the big trophies in years, maybe even decades when it comes to the Prem, right? So you have to go out there and win it because this gives people confidence. This gives people that mentality of I am a winner. I win titles. This gives them the mentality, right? Arsenal need to put out their best lineup. putting in Kepa Arrizabalaga, put the emotions aside. The emotions will come if you win the title. Put the emotions aside. Win the game first. Raya doesn't make that mistake, but even though Kepa made the mistake, Arteta went out there to not lose the game again. Um, and City pinned them. City had a couple of chances. I think City deserved the goal. Like whether it was a Kepo mistake, Saliba mistake, it was a crazy goal, a banger, whether it was a tiki taka, whether it was it doesn't matter. City deserved the goal and they got the goal, and then they got the goal right afterwards, right? But I want to give a big shout out to Nunez in Turkey because Nunez in Turkey had worked amazing. Nunez won so many balls back. Every time Arsenal would try to counterattack, I like these type of fullbacks, right? That they're wide fullbacks, right? Riley and Nunez. Nunez is very good running down that wing. But when it comes to breaking the counterattacks from the opposition, Nunez is very good at tucking in and making sure that he gets to the ball first, right? He's very good at coming back, whether it's on the wing, whether it's coming in centrally and getting the ball. He's won so many balls, and then his crosses are class. I like Nunez when Pep took him out against Real Madrid. I genuinely didn't know what he was doing. I didn't understand it, but again, talking about this game, Nunez was outstanding. I think Turkey was outstanding. Semenyo had the defense shaking, right? Semenyo had a couple of good crosses, good moments. He took in Capia a couple of times too. And City were just up for the occasion. City came into this game to win it. They were on it. Pep looked happier than ever, right? Pep was happy, jumping, celebrating. Pep was so happy because they've had a rough couple of weeks, right? And this was a very important game for him, for the players, for the mentality of this team. You see Gusano celebrating, and he doesn't know how to celebrate. He just has the cup, and Haaland and Donnarumma are the ones telling him, "Oh, go like this and run to the fans and hold the trophy up." Right? Gusano, like I said, Gusano, Semenyo, O'Reilly, Nunez. This is some of their first final starting a final. This is one of their first trophies, right? Playing, being a starter, being a big part of this team is some of the first couple of I think it's Cusano's first final, and you can see that. And they went out there to win it. Arsenal had to go out there and win it. They had to press, they had to run, they had to create chances. Saka had to show up. Declan Rice had to show up. Jokeres had to show up. Havertz had to show up. They just didn't show up. And Declan Rice on the ball, he would pass back more. I think Declan Rice has more passes backwards than he does forwards, or he just passes to the side. And a player like Declan Rice, that all these English fans are telling me, oh, Declan Rice, the best midfielder in the world. This is when you have to show up. I'm sorry, I love Declan Rice, but these are the moments where you have to show up. You have to. You're probably the best player of this team. You're the best player that's been performing at the highest level, at the more consistent level. So in the biggest moment, you have to show up. Bukayo Saka, they're telling me he's world class. They're telling me he's top three right wingers. They're telling me he's top five wingers. They're telling me that he's going to take England to the World Cup. That he was about to take England to a Euro final. He's been England's best player for the last 3 years. You have to show up in the biggest of games, and this is a big game for Arsenal. It's a final. It don't matter what final it is. It's a final against a team that's trying to get to you at the Premier League, right? And that's a lot of people are talking about it now, right? Premier League. Does this affect the Premier League? Will Arsenal's head drop? Will City's head come back up? And do I think it will like single-handedly affect the league? No. But we got to start thinking. City aren't playing Champions League no more. They're out. They're resting while Arsenal is playing Champions League. They're resting. Arsenal have to play every week, week in, week out, whether it's FA Cup, whether it's Champions League, whether it's Premier League. They're playing 2, 3, 4 games every week and a half, right? 3, 4 games in a week. City don't have to worry about no Carabao. City don't have to worry about no Champions League. They're focused on FA Cup, which they can play their reserves for the next couple of rounds in the FA Cup at least. But City in it's going to be focused on the Prem. City's going to focus on the Prem. Do I think has my thoughts about the Premier League changed? No, I still think Arsenal will win the Premier League. Does this have a bigger impact than I thought it would? Maybe, but City still have to not drop points. But I think them not playing Champions League, them resting more players more often, I think this will help them a little bit. And I don't know. I don't know. I still think Arsenal win the Prem, but this isn't about the Prem right now, right? Because it's a final and you have to go out there and win it. Your players have to show up. And I'm just thinking in my head, How will they do it if they get to an FA Cup final, right? We saw even last season. We got to think back to last season as well. Newcastle, Arsenal. Newcastle played them out the park both legs in the I think it was the Carabao. Both times Newcastle knocked them out pretty easily. I think it was a very comfortable win for Newcastle. Last time they faced each other, I think it was last season. I think it was Carabao. Yeah, it was Carabao because they ended up winning it. You have to win those. You have to win the finals. And when it comes to City, I want to give a big shout out to Pep Guardiola because he set them up very well. He set them out perfectly. Rodri, Bernardo Silva already gave them so many props. Kuzanov had an amazing game because they were playing a high line. They were playing a very high line City. And people are telling me that Arsenal would beat Barcelona because Barcelona play a high line and that they have the players to beat them. That Martinelli and Trossard and Gyökeres are just going to Saka. They're just going to run it. But today, made me think about what if Arsenal did face Barcelona in a big game when the semifinal of the Champions League. Imagine with the highline. They're telling me that this Arsenal team could be a highline. They had the chance to beat a highline today. Gyökeres doesn't have the IQ to make a run and beat the highline. Saka is not fast enough, and Saka won't find a line between a pass between the lines. He didn't show that today. Every time he get the ball, he'd cut cross, he'd cut back, or lose the ball. He lost the ball so many times. Bukayo Saka today. Gyökeres made a couple of runs, but who's gonna find them? Trossard was very bad today. He's one of those players that I think is a Premier League level. There's a difference between a Premier League level and a worldwide level. And Trossard is a good Premier League winger. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player. I like him. He's appeared in big moments. Trossard didn't have the best of games. He was very bad. This is a different level, right? A final. Um, and when they just couldn't beat City's highline. They couldn't. Bukayo isn't fast enough. Trossard couldn't find the passes. He's not fast enough. Joker is fast, but he's not like a high case sprinter. He's not too fast. He looked fast against Sporting last year, but that's Sporting again. He doesn't look. They just couldn't beat City's highline. They're really slow in attack. They didn't want. They like it's just one of those things. Like you have to go out there to win the final. You can't go out there and tie. You can't go out there and get a point. You can't get out there happy with the point. You can't be go. You just it's a final. You have to go out there and win it. Just Arsenal's players didn't show up. Arteta didn't do anything. At the end of the game, you could see Saliba like again, like they had a chance to get their hands on a trophy, and this means a lot for players when they haven't won one and they're trying to go for all these titles. They had to go out there and win it. You could see Saliba like, we had their chance. Saliba looked annoyed. He looked sad. Bring him to Madrid. He said he didn't want to leave until they won a trophy. Man, bang, just come over here. Come to our side. Saliba. He had an amazing performance today. Saliba. Corner kicks. They got a couple. Didn't do anything. Saka didn't get the ball to it. City again. They went out there and won it. Ryan Cherky, I love Ryan Cherky today. Semenyo had a very good game. Haaland was kind of a ghost today. But Doku today, dangerous. And yeah, O'Reilly, amazing. 2 goals. They went out there to win the final and they won it. That's how it goes. And this just shows that Arteta in big games just still is too conservative and he has PTSD and I don't think he's gonna change. So will this cost them in the Champions League? I think so. Will this cost them in the Prem? I still don't know. We'll see. I don't think I still think they win the Prem, but this was a huge game to solidify themselves with the trophy, with the final mentality, with the champions mentality. But once again, City get the upper hand. O'Reilly 2 goals. Pep masterclass. Rodri masterclass. Bernardo Silva masterclass. Doku masterclass. O'Reilly masterclass. Kuzanov masterclass. Ake had a very good game. Trafford had a couple good blocks. But once again, if you go out there to tie or to win or to not lose, you're not gonna win trophies. Shout out to City. Carabao Cup Final. Wins 2-0, goes to City. Will this affect Arsenal? Will this affect the FA Cup, the Champions League, the Premier League? We're yet to see. But for today, Carabao Cup, big shout out to Manchester City.